I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And today we're going to be talking about my ex unblocked me.
Ooh.
What does this mean? I'm unblocked. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today because this happens a lot. Your ex will block you, sometimes they'll unblock you, and sometimes they'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it happens quite often. So we're going to talk about this because obviously one of the things you're going to obsess about is what's going on social media. All of those things that happen, taking down pictures, blocking, unblocking, friending, unfriending, all of those things we obsess about, okay? So today we're going to focus on the unblocking, right? Because we know without, like, almost instantly when we've been blocked, or probably sooner than but we can sense it when we're blocked. A lot of times we're like, oh no, we're going to be blocked, and then you're blocked.
And oftentimes we're constantly checking to make sure that we are blocked or aren't blocked.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to talk about what do you do in a situation like this, because maybe it's been a while, maybe it came out of nowhere, all of a sudden, wait a minute, I'm unblocked.
Yeah.
What do we do?
So the first thing to note is that it is not an invitation for you to contact them.
It's not?
It's not, sorry, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's not a reason to reach out. What they're simply doing is just opening that door for possible future communication, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they want you to message them right then in that moment. And in fact, it can also send the message to them that you've been observing your status with them or that you've been stalking them if you are to message them immediately after they unblock you. So you want to be careful with that.
Yeah.
And also still continue to respect their space. So remember, unblocking is not an invitation for a message or a reach out, or don't try to reach out using other means.
Yeah. Now, I will say, if they unblock you, that doesn't mean that they don't want you to contact you, because they might.
They might.
They might actually want you to do it, but we don't recommend doing that because that is reaching out, right? And we don't really want you to reach out for a situation like that. We want them to be the one to reach out.
Exactly.
So even if they do hope secretly that unblocking you will lead you to doing it and reaching out, we don't want you to do it because it often doesn't go well, and then it still gives them the power. They still have that upper hand and the control of the situation of, oh, all I had to do was unblock them and they're chasing me again.
Exactly.
Okay? So that's one major thing. Another big thing that it could mean is that they're starting to feel better or differently about things. Maybe they're starting to heal. Maybe they started processing some of the things like their emotions. And a big one is anger, right? A lot of times people block you because they're angry. They get into an emotional state where they aren't thinking clearly, they lose emotional self-control, and they block you. Maybe that is a big part of like just a quick snap decision to make. They're upset and they just, I said, I'm blocking them. But over time, if you process things and think about things, it could make them think, you know what, it's not really something that I should block this person about. I still care about this person. And, you know, it may have been too far. They may feel like I've gone too far by blocking you. Initially, it could have been like they felt like they needed to.
Yeah, to protect themselves, either emotionally, either from your harassment, which could be the situation.
If you were reaching out and not respecting their decision, not respecting their boundaries, they might have felt like they had to set that barrier in place. And then afterwards, they realized, okay, I don't really want to have this person blocked.
Right. And what you also might think is, what if this is an accident? did they really mean to unblock me? I'm just here to reassure you that it takes multiple steps to unblock somebody. You have to go to your blocked list, you have to click on the name, it normally asks you to confirm. So chances are that it wasn't just an accident.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned before, people get blocked when they feel harassed, when they feel threatened, when they feel unsafe. And so the fact that they did lift that block might mean that there has been enough time that they feel that they can trust you again to not bombard them. Maybe they feel like they've given you enough time to handle the intensity of the emotion from right after the breakup.
Yeah.
And that's why we say that it's not an invitation to message them, even if they secretly hope. You want to respect their trust by continuing to respect their space.
Yeah, I agree. And I know what it's like to feel like that and to have that happen. And you just feel like, I can't believe they blocked me. I can't believe it's come to this. But I think a lot of times it's them having to set a boundary, or in the spur of the moment, they've just been upset by something you said or did, and they felt like they had to do it at the time. Now, another thing that it could mean is that they're getting curious, right? Because if they unblock you on a lot of the different apps, it allows them to see what you're doing, if you're online, if you're offline. And so they could be secretly looking to see when you're logging in and out of different apps.
Exactly.
I mean, there's so many apps now.
Yeah.
WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, all kinds of apps are going to tell you if somebody's logged on or off,
Right.
but you can't see it if they're blocked, so they have to unblock you to like snoop and spy on you, right?
Exactly. And we often talk about how an ex's curiosity is a good thing if you're trying to reconnect with them.
Yeah.
It means that they're thinking about you. It means that they're interested in what you're doing. So that's always a good sign.
Yeah, because if they did unblock you, think of it, they have to search you.
Right.
They have to click unblock, and they have to click, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And also think about how it can allow them access to new information about you. So it'll depend on the app, but will they have access to your new posts? Will they have access to any new stories that you might have posted? Also, it goes vice versa. Maybe they want you to see something that they've posted or they've shared. Or many times they might post pictures or something with kind of subliminal messaging that's geared towards you, but they're not saying
jewelry
it's for you.
or presents you gave them.
Right.
That's a big one.
So it's possible that they also want to give you access to that. With all of that said, be careful not to snoop, not to obsess over their posts if you do gain access to them by being unblocked, because you do run the risk of accidentally liking something or them finding out that you've been stalking them, and that can be really unsettling for them. So you want to be careful with that.
One thing that I would say is, I know many of you are going to go through your old messages, okay? If you're going to be honest with yourself, you've probably done it. What I would tell you to do is put yourself on airplane mode, right?
Life hack.
So you don't accidentally, you know what I'm saying,
I know what
right?
you're saying, yes.
You don't want to accidentally like a post, like a text message. You should hear how many times I've heard it. So at least if you go on airplane mode, it won't like let them know, right?
Yeah,
I would think, at least on the apps that I know of.
Yeah.
Leave a comment below if I'm wrong about that. But as far as I know, it'll keep you at least safe. I've had people FaceTime their ex by accident.
No.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, no.
So I'm just trying to look out for you doing that accidental like or call or text.
Airplane mode.
Yeah, exactly. Now, another thing that you got to keep in mind, they may reblock you. They may unblock you long enough to see what's going on and then reblock you. And maybe they've seen a post that they didn't like. Maybe it made them feel something that they didn't expect to feel and they get upset. It's hard to know. Just mentally prepare that even if they do unblock you, they might reblock you because it brings up emotions, or they're not ready, or they don't like what's going on. So
Yeah, or even something in their environment could have reminded them of you. It could have been anything. And we say all the time, feelings come and go, Feelings are like clouds in the sky.
That's right.
And that's the same for the healing process. There are ups and there are downs. And so at one moment, they might remember their anger towards you and then decide, you know what, maybe it's best that I do block this person. And later, maybe they might feel differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so don't be alarmed by this. It might be shocking to see you're reblocked and think, oh, what happened? Are they dating somebody new? Maybe there's somebody else influencing them with their blocking or unblocking. But just remember that it's part of the normal healing process from the breakup. Chances are both of you were hurt on some level, and so respecting their space allows them to go through that.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that may come up is if you guys do start to have contact again, and even if you don't, but let me make my point first. Don't bring up the blocking and the reblocking or the unblocking if they do it. I know a lot of times it will trigger you and you'll get so anxious and upset that you want to lash out at them. I've seen that. I've seen people get really upset. They unblocked me, then they reblocked me, then they unblocked me, and I couldn't take it. So I yelled, I screamed, why did you do this? Why are you doing this to me? Don't do it. Just stay calm. It's not in your best interest to address it. It's in your best interest to leave it alone. It's not important. If they block you and unblock you and then reblock you and then block you again, let them do it. Show them that you have emotional self-control, that you're not going to get fazed by that, and you're strong. And if you start to hang out again, don't bring it up. They may tell you. A lot of times exes will admit to, I really struggled. I was looking at your profile every day. I was blocking you and unblocking. They may even tell you why. Just say, well, I know it was a difficult time, so I understand. And just leave it at that. Okay, there's no reason to talk about it, argue about it, or go any further. It's nice if you get a little bit of information, you take it in. Oh, okay, they were looking. And they admitted it. But you just want to make it seem like it's not a big deal that they did it.
Yeah, exactly. And also, based on our philosophy, we always believe that the ex should be the one to reach out first. So really, you should be acting as if you are blocked anyways. I don't want to say that it's a service to you, but in a way, it does prevent you from reaching out to them. And so just keep that in mind. Being blocked might actually be beneficial to you, as weird as that sounds. And lastly, I know we mentioned this briefly in the video, but please do not look for other means to contact them outside of where you have been blocked. The block is there for a reason, and you want to respect that.
Yeah, and respect yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully you found this video helpful. And of course, if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. And of course, Coach Victoria will be coaching very soon.
I will be, and I'm looking forward to it.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.